Oh, you're already recording? I was expecting him to hit a button.
No.
How's it going, everyone? This is Jacob.
And Emily.
I'm taking over as host this week because Emily, usually hosts Unscripted for us, but I thought this week it would be fun to hear a little more directly from her. So I'm filling in this seat. And we're going to talk about a big part of Emily's job here at Woods Chapel is overseeing all of our guest services teams.
Yeah.
And so if you had to kind of sum up not just what that is, but why do we do that here at Woods Chapel, how would you explain that to people?
Yeah, so just kind of a little backstory. When I first started at Woods Chapel, that's like primarily what I was hired to do. Like I was hired for 20 hours a week to just do guest services, and through time now I've moved full-time and gained more onto my job, but that was really kind of what I was originally hired to do, was that position. And so I have a lot of passion for it, and just because that's like kind of where I started. But I think it's so important because it's not just about the like task of holding open a door or finding someone a seat or doing that. It's really about showcasing that radical hospitality of saying that like it's not just that the church is here for you to be a part of it, but it's saying like we are all here and like we want you to be a part of this, and like we have prepared a space for you, and like we are excited and anticipating you being here, which I just think is such a powerful message when so much we go through our lives and no one's really looking out for you, or like you might not even talk to anyone or do anything. To be able to come to church and somebody who's never met you before is still able to like engage with you and show you that love is just such a powerful message, I think.
Yeah. What is maybe it was at Chapel, maybe it's somewhere else, but have you had like this experience, you called it radical hospitality, where you walked into a church and you immediately kind of got that that feeling that it can give you? You and I talked a lot about when we worked together in that area of like people might not remember what they heard in a sermon, but they're definitely going to remember how they felt.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's been some studies that have been done that people make their perception of if they like a church or not in the first 30 seconds of walking in the building. So I mean, I think we put a lot of stake in like the message and the music, which are all so very important. But a lot of times people already kind of have a gut feeling the first 30 seconds when they walk in the door of, oh, I could see myself coming back here, or, oh no, this will be a one-time visit kind of thing. So I definitely think that just creating that feeling, but also I think that second visit is so important, because the times I really remember feeling that value in that, oh wow, like they have gone that extra mile, that radical hospitality, is when I come back and they remember my name, or they are they're excited to see me again. That's always kind of that like that's when I get that radical hospitality feeling for myself.
Which I think is a great point, because that's the part that like everyone in the church gets to be a part of, right? Like you don't necessarily have to volunteer on guest services to do that. Yeah. In fact, you probably won't have the opportunity to do that if you volunteer in guest services, because most of our people don't volunteer every week. And so if someone comes back a second time, they're probably going to encounter a different set of volunteers, but they're almost certainly going to encounter the same people that they sit with.
Because that's the thing is like, right, like we're all trained rats to a certain extent. Like once you find your seat, like people tend to like go back to you might not get the exact same seat, but you'll be in the same area. And so I think
the back.
Yeah, in the back. For most of us, the back. But for most of us, we kind of tend, once we found a spot where we sat once, we tend to gravitate towards that area again, which I think is such a great opportunity, just no matter if you're on guest services or not, to just be aware of who's sitting around you and building those connections. So that way, when you're sitting in church those 5-10 minutes before service starts, like that can really kind of become your community of people, of just those people that naturally gravitate to the same pews every Sunday. Which I think is such a cool opportunity that we so often miss, too, because we're getting ready for worship.
Yeah. And so for anyone who's watching who maybe hasn't been a part of guest services before, I know you actually made me promise this wouldn't be just a call out for more guest services volunteers, but this is a hugely important part of what we do as a church, especially that kind of weekend experience. So if someone's watching this, they want to get involved with guest services, how do they go about that?
Yeah, so guest services is a great way, because you really get to pick when you serve, which is really nice. So you can kind of pick the Sundays that work best for you. So get in contact with me and I'll show you how to sign up, and then it goes from there. You can sign up kind of whenever you want and however you want, just online. So it's a super, super easy sign up process.
So people can find you on Sunday, or they can email emilys@woodschapelchurch.org, right?
Yep. And then if you come to church on Sunday mornings, we have the hub, and that's always where you can find me on a Sunday morning. And that's where you can find some of our amazing guest services volunteers that we call hosts that can help answer any question you have about Woods Chapel.
Well, cool. Well, I hope that this was cool for all of you to get to hear a little bit more directly from Emily about, what you do and what you're passionate about. And it was fun to be on this side where, I'm kind of filling in as the host instead of the guest. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will hopefully see you soon.
See you guys.